Good morning, children. I hope you're fine today. I hope you're studying well at home. So for today, our history and geography class, let us start. You're going to open your book on the page 93. On the page 93, you will see a table, the contribution of Mauritius Red Cross in disaster risk reduction, the DRO. Okay, so in Mauritius you have the Mauritius Red Cross Society. We are going to see how this contributes in education and sensitization. The Mauritius Red Cross is a volunteer-based non-governmental humanitarian agency, NGHA, helping the government in the field of disaster management and disaster risk reduction, DRR. So this is based on the topic of natural hazards. If ever you have natural hazards in Mauritius, which you have such as cyclones, but if you have any other natural hazard, then this Mauritius Red Cross is going to help you. So its aim is to create awareness. Let us see. Since 2013, Dudu is our ambassador, contributing in the education and sensitization of young citizens. So you can see the picture of Dude. My mission is to inculcate culture of risk reduction among the citizens of the Republic of Mauritius. Okay, the impact of natural hazards on vulnerable communities may be limited when the population can identify the risks and take necessary actions to reduce their vulnerability. So here they are talking about natural hazards on vulnerable communities. What does it mean? Vulnerable communities mean people whose houses are not strong enough, or people who live in an environment which is not safe. So vulnerable communities. The Mauritius Red Cross, through its community-based programs, intends to enhance the capability of vulnerable communities to understand the natural hazards, encourage community engagement and preparedness. So how these communities will, in case of natural disasters, how they will be prepared to go ahead to face this. Sensitize vulnerable population to better be aware of the threats they face and develop the proper knowledge and means to mitigate them. Okay, so the aim is to prepare, to educate the people, to educate us about the dangers if ever we are faced with natural hazards. So how we are going to face them. Okay, to know more on natural hazards, join Dude in our Zenis Prend booklet. So you have a booklet which you can go online to search for it. You can read this, very interesting, on natural hazards. You'll have on cyclones, on different natural hazards, and you will be prepared for if ever you will be facing these threats. Let us move on. Now let us see the aim of the Mauritius Red Cross and Dude. So their aims are to reduce the vulnerability of populations when faced with the natural risks and impacts of climate change. So if ever, because of climate change, if you have any risks, natural risks, then their aim is to teach us. Okay, to teach the population how to face these risks, to educate children about the risks and hazards these natural events represent. So children also will be taught, will be educated on the risks and hazards. So for children, you will have the booklet. We will see this in a while. Another mission is to teach all generations how to prepare for natural disasters by raising awareness about first aid, road safety, etc. Okay, now for children, if you want to read about the booklet, Zenes Prend Compte is a booklet which is accessible on the link given below. You will see it on the screen, www.redcrossmauritius.org. So here you will find the booklet in which you will find the different measures and the natural hazards. So very interesting to read. So make sure you read this during your free time at home. Let us move on. Okay, now children, take a look on the page 94 of your book. So this is end of unit assessment. So as you know, we already reached to the end of our unit on the natural hazards. Okay, natural hazards, we had cyclones, we had torrential rains, flash floods, we had volcanoes, earthquakes, and tsunamis. Okay, so I hope you are revising this well at home. I hope also you have noted very well some important points on these natural hazards. So before we move on to another unit, so you have a small end of unit assessment based on tropical cyclones in Mauritius. So this is your homework. What are you going to do? You are going to observe, take a look at the table 2. You have all the cyclones, then you will have to answer the questions. Okay, so you will take a look, then answer the questions. The questions are very clear and very simple. You only have to take a look at the table and then you will have to answer. In which month have most tropical cyclones affected Mauritius? So here you have the date and month. From the list above, which one has been classified as the strongest cyclone, meaning the very intense tropical cyclone you have as per the classification column? Which tropical cyclone has brought the highest gusts? Very easy. You will see you only have to take a look at the highest gust column, the lowest column, and then give one reason why the highest gusts recorded from intense tropical cyclone Gamid was only 158 kilometers in Mauritius. So why? Because you have to talk about the distance from Mauritius, whether it was far or near to Mauritius. Okay, now take a look at the table. You have the years 1892 to 2007. Also you have the month. So for example, in April you had only one cyclone. Okay, now for Carol in 1960, which was a very intense tropical cyclone, it passed over Mauritius with gusts of 256 kilometers per hour. Now you are going to read the table carefully and then you will answer the questions. Now before we end our class, take a look on the page 95. So as you know, I asked you to write down all your answers instead of just putting a tick or whatever you used to do. Now you will have to write the answers, okay? Write the answers in your copybook. So for instance, exercise 1, you will write down the question, describe a natural hazard. A natural hazard is an event that causes harm to the people and the environment. List and differentiate among natural hazards. We just talked about its tropical cyclones. We had torrential rains, flash floods. Okay, so you can differentiate between torrential rains and flash floods. Identify the parts of a tropical cyclone. You will find that on the page 79, okay, where you have one part which is very cloudy, windy, the other one you have violent gusts, and then at the center of the cyclone where everywhere is calm. Now state the period of the year when tropical cyclones and torrential rains occur. It is from November to May. And then you will have to explain why volcanoes, earthquakes, and tsunamis occur. Remember, all your answers are found in your book itself. So number 1 to number 7, okay, these are the questions you have to answer. Realize that we should come to the help of people by natural hazards. Yes, this is what we call empathy. For number 8, no need to write in your copybook. Okay, whenever there is a natural hazard, you should help people. Okay, so that's all for today, children. Take care, do all your homework, prepare well your lessons. Okay, revise your lessons. On the unit 3, which we just completed, you're going to revise well. See you later. See you tomorrow for another class. Take care. Bye bye.